morning, everyone. Welcome back. Well, today I'm looking at a new cigar from Espinosa Cigars, the Las Seis Provincias. And it's the third edition, and this is the Las Villas. And it comes in this coffin that you see right here. I'm going to take this cigar out. It comes cellophane. I've already removed the cellophane. And there is your cigar. It is a 5.5 by 54-inch robusto. There is the density. Has an average to above average feel in the hand. Now a little bit about the cigar. This is the third installment, and it is a series that pays homage to pre-Castro era of Cuba. The name Las Seis, and I usually just say Las Six, but Las Seis Provincias means 6 provinces, and it refers to the 6 provinces that existed prior to the takeover of Cuba by Fidel Castro. There are 6 releases planned, 1 for each province, and they will have unique blends, sizes, and associated artwork on each one. It's made in A.J. Fernandez's San Lotano factory in Ocotal, Nicaragua. And it's 100% Nicaraguan tobacco. Individually packed in their own branded coffins. And you saw on the lead in the curio display of 10 if you buy a box. It comes in that curio of 10 individual coffins of the cigar. So the artwork is by a local Cuban artist, Eden Gutierrez, depicting scenes from Las Villas before the communist revolution. So that is the history and background of this cigar. So let's get right to it. The Las Villas, the next installment of the Las Seis Provincias from Espinosa Cigars. All right, let's remove this little green band. Oh, comes off very easy. This one must be ready. Not all wet and tight. All right, let's go here. Good draw. Very good. It's a very sweet citrus, and I'm going to define it as a tangerine citrus. Some brown sugar and a little cinnamon there. There's also toffee. There's some nutmeg, not a great deal at this point, and quite a bit of a worn leather. The big thing is, and those are nice notes, it's very sweet and nice. The black pepper is at 8 plus. It might be 8.5. It's a lot of black pepper initially here. So it's a nice start, and I must say it's quite AJ tasting, AJ-esque in flavors. But there's a lot of nice sweet citrus with your accompanying brown sugar and some cinnamon. And but the toffee is interesting. That's something you usually don't get in his cigars. And then there's all that black pepper. So that is how you start. First third. And the leather is kind of creeping up a little bit, and I expected that, but the toffee notes are still there and very nice. The citrus is now sort of going to a generic citrus. It's not necessarily tangerine. It's a generic citrus, brown sugar, cinnamon, nutmeg, and the worn leather. The worn leather has increased from the light up to this point. The finish is leather, primarily, with a little nutmeg and very good lingering black pepper. Medium bodied at this point, but the cigar is good. The original Las Seis Provincias was one of my favorite cigars ever. I really like that cigar. So I expect all of these to be pretty good. I would rate the first third of this cigar 94. At the light up, I would have called it a 95. The leather is starting to increase. I don't know if it's going to go full-blown leather, but at this point, the leather does affect it somewhat. It's still very good. So we'll see how it transitions. Let's see what we have at the second third. End of the second third. And the leather is making his move. You still have the toffee, which is one saving grace. The citrus is really downplayed by that uptick in leather. And the black pepper is still very good, which is another saving grace. I like black pepper. Full bodied. We jumped there also. Finish is leather and nutmeg primarily. Very good lingering black pepper. But for a leathery cigar to have very little sweetness, it doesn't really appeal to me. Now, that's what you're going to get if it appeals to you. I'm rating the second third 91. It's just above the line at this point, so that can't afford to get much more leathery. One thing we didn't talk about is the price point of these cigars, too. Small Batch has them, and they sell them in 3 packs for $66. That's what I paid. So they're $22 a piece. So that's just something else to throw into the mix. But right now we need to see some improvement on my part in the sweetness category, because the leather is having no trouble. We're down to the end, so let's wrap it up. I'm finding a lot of uses for my perfect draw tool besides just the draw, but I wanted to give it every chance I could. Give it every chance you can. Get all you can out of it. Well, here in the end, the leather did calm down some. You still have your toffee. The citrus is just about an afterthought. There are subtle reminders. Full body. Finish is unchanged. But the pepper never decreased. It's still very, very high. And that's really what's going to keep it above the Mendoza line with me. I'm going to hold a score of 91 for the final third. It's just not, it's lost a lot from the first third. I guess it's okay to say I had high hopes for this cigar, but it's just not as good as I wanted it to be. But your overall score is 92. It is not bad. It is very peppery and very full-bodied. And the toffee's nice. The citrus was great in the first third, but it decreased and decreased and decreased as it went along. And I did not care for that. So that's how it is. That'll do it. The Las Seis Provincias Las Villas, 92.